Bike Fast Fit Pro version 2 just came out with a greatly expanded data collection and lots of new features. Today I'd like to look at the rider, and this is the rider page, and then now we have new bikes so we can collect information on the bikes, and those sessions can be tied into the bikes. So in this case I have a Canyon Endurance and a Giant Anthem, and I've got two different sessions each tied to a bike. When I was starting to design the data collection system for this, I realized that there was a wide difference in what kind of data that bike fitters want to collect, and you have your own needs and your own particular wants for what you want to collect. And so what I tried to do instead was design a system where it has a common set of data that everybody collects, but then give you a very powerful system for customizing the data behind it on what you want to collect and how you want to collect it. So let's look at the rider here. And so we can see the rider, we've got the picture like we had before, but now like in the gender, you can click on that and it pops up and gives you a list of available options for gender. Now these are the built-in ones. So I've got gender, birth date, and age here. But let's say you want to collect something different on the personal information. So let's say you had already defined this, and I defined a club and a coach here. And I could say, here, what club do they belong to? And I don't belong to a club, but I could have said I belong to Rough Riders and add that. There's various different sections. And so then let's say under cycling profile, this is where you put in have the intermediate ability, my experience level, etc. But I could also then say, these are previous ones I've set up, like miles per year. And I can say I bike 100 to 500 miles per year. But let's say I wanted to add a new one. Let's say I want to look at the FTP. So I would go in here and I would define a new one, FTP. And we'll look at this in watts per kilogram. And now I've got that set up. Now it's going to ask me what data type is this? Is it a numeric? Is it a text? Is it a list of text? Or is it a data? And so in this case, it's going to be numeric. And the units on this is going to be watts per kilogram. And now I can put in my 1.8. I don't get to write as much as I want to. So that's what my FTP is. So now I could also do another one that would say, let's look at the cycling discomfort. Comfort. And in this case, I want to make it a list of different values. And so let's let's say we have numb hands as an option. And I could do another one, which would say knee pain. And let's go ahead and say I was really numb hands that I had on there. So now, once I've defined these you can see that these custom data objects are tied to the different sections here. So the ones I set up for cycling profile are different than the ones I would set up for the rider piece of it here. And then again, the same body measurements has a different piece. Physical condition has ability to add things in. So there you can add by the section, and these new custom data types that you create are saved in the database, and they're also saved to iCloud and synchronized across your various devices so that anytime you put in a new rider, you'll have these new custom data types available to you. So let's go ahead and just look at the bike object a little bit here. So you've got the bike object. You can take a picture of the bike by doing that. You can select one of the bike photos from your photo collection or Photos app, or you can delete it. So let's just reassign this here. So I'm going to go out and go through my photos and find that. And now I've assigned one of the photos from my photo app here. You can say the bike type of bike. You can set up the year, make, model of it. And you can add custom data to all of these things. You've got frame info, handlebar info, stem, pedals, shoe information, and notes, etc. So, so now, where before you just had the sessions that were tied to the rider, but there really wasn't a bike. Now these sessions you can put actually underneath a bike, so you can see that for this session. Then, if I click on it, you can see this is this fitting session for this rider and this bike. So this is greatly expands the amount of data that's available, and you can actually see this comes up in the report. So if I do a report on this session here, you'll see in the session portion of the report here. You can see all this new information that I have on the rider, as well as here's all the information that goes along with the bike for this session as well. So I hope you find this new data collection system useful and helpful, and let me know if you have any comments on it. Thanks.